is my review for Transformers Hunt for the Decepticons Deluxe Class Battle Blades Bumblebee. I'll start this review off by saying that when this figure was announced at Toy Fair 2010, I, along with a lot of other people, was not too impressed with him. I thought he was just going to be yet another Bumblebee figure for me to avoid. But then I started seeing some photos of this guy, and I started to think, you know, he actually looks pretty good, but I still wasn't entirely sure on him until I saw Kapow Toys' video review, and after that, I was sold. I absolutely had to have this figure. And I will say, he's been pretty high up on my want list for a while now, and he lives up to every expectation I had of him and more. I think they finally made an overall excellent deluxe Bumblebee figure. Not that the other Bumblebee figures were bad or anything, but none of them can compare to this. He's just awesome. I'll get that right out of the way. He is just absolutely awesome. Anyway, here he is in vehicle mode. Not a whole lot of differences between him and any other Bumblebee figure. He does have the proper production model grille as opposed to the earlier Bumblebee figures that had the concept Camaro grille. He also does have a lot less panel lines just due to transformation, which I really like. I think it makes the car mode look a lot more realistic. Nothing in terms of features except he does roll fairly well. I guess you could say his doors open, but that's really just due to transformation, and I usually don't use them except for said transformation. Anyway, that's about it for vehicle mode. Transforming him, you want to, like I said, pop open the doors. Like I said. Then you want to take this whole back section and you want to split it. Then with these pieces, this can be kind of tricky to get out. What you want to do is you want to push them up and then bring them off to the side, like so. These will form as shin guards in robot mode. Like I said, it can be a little bit tricky. There we go. Bring them off to the side. Then you want to automorph the feet down, like so. And like so. Then what you want to do is you want to take this black heel piece, you want to bring it off to the side to form his heel. Or, not heel, sorry. Excuse my poor grammar. Anyway, then you want to take his arms, you want to bring them out, like so. Then you want to take these wheel pieces, you want to bring them down. Then you want to take the arms, you want to bring them up, like this. So you can kind of have a Garwalk car mode, I guess, if you really want. Anyway, straighten out his legs. Then what you want to do is you want to take this piece right here, flip it up. Then what you want to do is you want to take the back hood of the car, you want to raise it up. First you want to untab it, like so. Then you want to raise it up onto the hood of the car. Then you want to bring this whole section back and flip this piece in. Then what you want to do is you want to make sure his head's flipped up all the way. And then you want to slowly rotate this whole hood section down. And I say slowly because if you do it fast, it's going to cause his head to pop off, which is a complaint I have. I wish that they had maybe designed his head a little bit differently so it wouldn't pop off so much during transformation, just like that. Oh well, we'll get it done without it on anyway. Like I said, you want to flip the hood down and tab his waist in. Get his head reattached. While I'm on the subject of the head, he does have a very nice head sculpt, which you can't really see because of the light. There we go. Very nice head sculpt. I really do like the head sculpt. It's a very nice movie-accurate Bumblebee head sculpt. I really do like it. Anyway, reattach the head, because we can't have a headless Bumblebee. Straighten out the legs. Then with these pieces, what you can do is you can rotate them back if you like, but to be movie accurate, they have to be on the sides of his hips, but you can rotate them back if you want. It's all up to personal preference. Straighten out the arms, flip down the hands. Same over here, straighten out the arms, flip out the hands. Then you want to take these arm panels, rotate them around, like so. Then, with these pieces, what you want to do is, you want to extend them and then raise them up and angle them however you want. And these black pieces right here can actually raise up to fill in the gap in his chest, which I thought was a nice little touch. I really like that transformation bit. Then you want to get him to stand. And there you have Battle Blade Bumblebee in robot mode. And he's kind of being little bit lopsided. There we go. There you have Battle Blade Bumblebee in robot mode. Very, very cool, amazingly film accurate. It's not completely accurate, but it is pretty close, and it looks a lot more accurate than the previous Bumblebee Deluxes. Posability is pretty good. It's not as good as the previous Bumblebee mold, which is a bit of a drawback, but it's not bad. He does have a ball-jointed head. You can get a lot of motion out of it. It's a very free ball joint. The shoulders are on ball joints. They also have hinges just due to transformation, so you can get a lot of posability out of his shoulders. The elbow bends, and it also rotates around. His hands are on a pin joint, so you can rotate them back. His thumbs are also on their own separate joint, so you can move them separate from the rest of the fingers. He does not have the ball-jointed chest, which kind of sucks because he can't do a dance anymore, if you know what I'm talking about. But he does have a waist swivel, which kind of makes up for it, but I would have liked it if they had included a ball-jointed chest. I like to do Bumblebee dances. Anyway, ball-jointed hips, knees rotate side to side, and I just popped that off. I have never done that before. Seems like every time I do something in a video review, something will happen for the first time on me. Anyway, like I said, mid-thigh swivel, bends at the knee. It is a double-jointed knee, but the top of the knee has a really, really tight pin joint, so I usually don't use it. His feet also do go up and down. I guess you could say he does have an ankle joint just due to the automorph, but I usually don't use it just because it does kind of interfere with his legs. He does have a couple of gimmicks. I'll start off with the one that I think is the most disappointing, and that's his battle axe. What you want to do is there's a kind of copper brown piece right here, and you want to push it, and the axe will flip out, and then you want to hinge it upwards. And that, to me, I like the axe idea, but to me, it looks like the axe is backwards, which really, really stinks. I really, really would have liked it if they had reversed it. And I think even in some of the earlier concept art of this guy, they actually had the axe reversed, so I don't get why they decided to reverse it. It looks really stupid, and I really like the idea of it. I really do like Movie 1 game references, and I was a big fan of Bumblebee's battle axe, but I don't get why they put it on backwards, so I was really disappointed in that. So I'm really, really disappointed in that. I do like his other two gimmicks a lot, though. What you want to do is, I'll start off with his arm cannon. What you want to do to get his arm cannon is, first you want to flip his hand in, then you want to go ahead and split this right arm guard and flip this piece down, and flip these pieces down. Now, you're supposed to have closed them up, but I personally think they look a little bit more film accurate and a little bit better to have them off to the side like that. And I'm really, really impressed with how well they pulled off the cannon gimmick. I was really, really impressed. I thought it was going to be a really, really crappy gimmick, but I really, really like it. I think it's a very, very cool looking cannon, and you can get some nice poses out of it, which is nice. And then there's the third gimmick, which I think is just absolutely awesome, and that's his battle mask. What you want to do is you want to flip it up, and it actually is kind of on a it's actually kind of a pointy joint, so you don't want to put too much pressure. It'll cause your fingers to bleed. But anyway, you want to raise it up, then you want to slide it forward, and then bring it down over his face, and that just looks absolutely awesome. I think that's the best version of the battle mask that we've gotten so far, and it even beats out the Human Alliance version in my opinion. I just think it looks absolutely awesome. I really, really do like it. Something that's funny is you can actually pull it off and kind of give Bumblebee a mohawk, and it kind of reminds me of Puck from Glee. But anyway, that's just me. Anyway, you want to put it back on, and then slide it back. So for some size comparisons, he's a little bit oversized for a Bumblebee figure, but not too badly. First off, here he is next to Jazz. So you can say they're not in bad scale, maybe a little bit over, but not in bad scale. And also here he is next to Movie 1 Ratchet. So you can see, again, a little bit over scale. Not too bad, since Ratchet's really not compared too much to Bumblebee in the movies, but still, I would believe a little bit out of scale. Also, here he is next to Ironhide. Now, this I know is way out of scale, because Ironhide's a lot taller than Bumblebee, but still, you know, I can deal with it. And finally, here he is. Let me back the camera up a little bit. Like so. Here he is next to Revenge of the Fallen Leader Class Optimus Prime, and he just did a split. Anyway, so here he is next to Revenge of the Fallen Leader Prime, and that's not bad scale. I think that's actually fairly accurate. Maybe a little bit oversized, but not bad. So, whoop, wrong figure. Being my mistakes. And finally, here he is next to, for a standard size comparison and just a here and now comparison, next to the original deluxe Bumblebee mold. And like I said, there are always going to be some things about this mold that I prefer over this mold. I like his posability better, and I do like the overall chest design a little bit better. This one's a little bit more movie accurate, but I am a really big fan of this guy's chest design and head sculpt. I always have like the head sculpt on Revenge of the Fallen Bumblebee. But overall, you know, I think it's far superior to the original Bumblebee figure. I'm still going to do standard size comparison with this mold, since it is the mold that pretty much everybody owns. But anyway, overall, just a really, really awesome figure. I really, really do like him, and I think you will too. He's a really, really nice figure. I definitely recommend you add him to your collection. So there you go, my look at Transformers, Hunt for the Decepticons. Took me a minute there. Hunt for the Decepticons Battle Blaze Bumblebee. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.